What's going on, y'all? Welcome back to basketball, and more importantly, welcome back to our prospect evaluation series. This is a series where I'm breaking down all the first round level talent going into the 2026 NBA draft. And in this video, we got Aday Mara, big man out of Michigan. Congratulations to Michigan. At the time of recording this, they just won the national championship last night, and we're going to break down one of their best players. We've got some analytics to go through today. I've got some film I'm going to break down, and at the very end of the video, we're going to be placing him on the big board that we've been building throughout this series. But before we get into all that, make sure that you guys like, subscribe, and comment. I've responded to every single comment on my YouTube channel up to this point, and I intend to keep on doing so. Remember, if you guys are leaving me comments, there's a pretty good chance that I'm leaving you a voice reply right now. So if you're using the mobile version of YouTube, you can actually hear my response to things, which is pretty cool. Go check out the other Do They Fit in the NBA series videos. It's a great way to get introduced to all the prospects. And yeah, I say it's about time that we go talk about a very, very tall man. Aday Mara, 7'3", 7'7" wingspan, 240 pounds, junior out of Michigan. Again, congrats to Michigan. They just won the national championship. Another round of applause for UConn, who gave a valiant effort. Amazing accomplishment by both sides here. But so we're talking about Mara today. It's a highly requested one of the true big men in this class, because there's not a ton that we're really focusing on this year. It doesn't feel like it's a very deep class in terms of big men, and Mara's projected to go somewhere kind of after 20 if you ask a lot of people right now, but some people are holding him in a bit higher regard than that. So we're going to be taking a look at some of his numbers. We'll watch some film on him. Then we'll place him on the big board at the very end. But just a reminder, I have not done like a deep dive on this player yet. This is kind of more so just an introduction to the player. I hope you guys watch like a ton more like film on these guys, and I promise you I will, as well, as I'm on my scouting assignments right now. And it's funny, I've been going through a lot of these players that we've already done some intro videos on, so it's nice that I have a little bit of a background. And by the way, we're on Draft Baller today, the new website that was put out, and we're using this to do a lot of our analysis now, which is really cool. So let's start breaking down some numbers, and then we'll slowly start to work our way into the film. So just taking a look at like overall metrics for this guy, right? So he spent his first 2 years at UCLA, wasn't playing like a ton of minutes overall, but he was one of the big transfers that hit the portal this last year, went to Michigan. Obviously, very, very good choice for him. If we're taking a look at the percentiles down here, just a reminder, these are positional, meaning he's being compared to other people at his position across college prospects. So taking a look at just like basic stats here, about 12.2 points per game, very, very solid. About 6.8 rebounds, which for a 7'3" guy is not the most, but we take context into account, right? There's probably 3 first-round picks on this Michigan team, and all of them are bigger guys, so there's a lot of people getting rebounds on this team. 2.5 assists, and that's kind of the underrated part of his game, right? Because the little bit that we know about Mara, and we can talk about it here, is he's a rim protector, right? That's what he's supposed to do. He's going to be a defensive player, and he's going to finish at the rim. We've seen the alley-oops. We've seen him kind of with the little post hook and the drop step or whatever to be able to put the ball in the rim. But the passing is kind of a underrated part of his game. He's got pretty solid vision here. The 2.6 blocks per game, honestly, maybe not as high as you would expect either. That's a very, very good number, but maybe not as high as you would expect for somebody of his size and like stature. But you have to remember, too, when people are that good at blocking shots, sometimes people just don't try them as much. They're like, nah, I think I'm okay. Taking a look at the true shooting percentage, 66%, very solid. He only shoots at 30% from 3. That's not like a huge part of his game. It's 84th percentile for people of his position. But looking at the 2-point percentage, 68% is awesome. Only 56% from the free throw line. Not the greatest, right? Not the greatest. If we take a look at how often he's getting there, let's take a look. 80% of the shots at the rim, or that's just rim percentage right there. The mid-range percentage, we don't care about that too much because you shouldn't be taking too many of these. He's not taking very many three-pointers at all, and the free throw attempts is kind of meh for somebody at his position is what I'd say. That was 9.6. This is per 100 possessions. So he's not creating offense necessarily, right? That's not really what he does. And actually, what I want to take a look at is his kind of a play style breakdown here. This is a new thing that we get to start to do in these videos right here, which is really, really cool. So just taking a look at kind of what this guy's doing on the court. A lot of what he's doing is taking place at the rim or in post-up situations. A big cut or a roll happens like 20% of the time. He's involved in pick and roll. That's what he's going to be involved in a ton at the NBA level. The little bit of film I've seen of him, he's mobile enough to go up there and catch an alley-oop, right? Which is very, very valuable. You got some putbacks here because he's tall as fuck, right? A lot of post-ups right here, 26% of the time. I wouldn't expect that at the NBA level. Not many people really get the opportunity to do that. In the little bit I've seen of him, I don't really think that's like an elite skill set. I think he's just taller and better than the college players. Post and kick opportunities happen 11% of the time. That's some of the playmaking stuff, high-low action. Taking a look at what he's doing in the perimeter, it doesn't happen very much. That's not really what he's out there to do. If you watch the national championship game, he was actually out there quite a bit early on in the game, and then they made the adjustment, which I thought was good. Transition, that doesn't necessarily speak to him. And then the playmaking right here, hitting cutters, right? 7.6% of the time he gets in those post-up situations or he ends up top of the key for whatever reason. He is finding some of those people. Pick and roll passer. Not happening too often here either, but very, very interesting. A lot of what he's doing is around the rim. Surprise, surprise, he's 7'3", right? I think you could probably expect that. Now, let's move over to the Galaxy. For those of you that aren't aware, by the way, go watch my video on Draft Baller, this new website. I give a full kind of breakdown as to what's going on in this website, but this right here is the basically draft prospect Galaxy. All the draft prospects since like 2008. If they played in America. This website's really, really cool. They don't have like international people on this at all, so take that into account. I know Mara is like international, but he plays here in America, right? So if I click on Mr. Mara right here, we can get some ideas for kind of comparisons to his play style. Now, I want to make it very clear this stuff is not predictive, right? Just because somebody's doing something in college doesn't mean they're necessarily going to do it in the NBA, right? It's really hard to kind of determine that correlation. This website will tell you it itself. Don't look at this as predictive. It's simply just a comparison tool. So we can kind of see some of the players he's similar to here. Looking at his little neighborhood of other players here, 46% of them became whatever a star player is. I wouldn't necessarily define all of these guys as star players, but you know, it is what it is. But you also see like Krivas here, who's another first round pick, projected this year. Same with Najongba, so some similar players all kind of in the same area. We also see a little bit of Jalen Smith in him, Onyeka Okongwu, Zach Collins, Trace Jackson Davis. Not sure I necessarily see a lot of these. The Klingon one is maybe a bit more of an interesting comparison to me. So I can kind of understand that, but kind of cool to get an idea for his play style here. Now, I'm going to leave Draft Baller for just a second to take a look at his shot chart, because while Draft Baller has a shot chart, I don't think it's like the best visualization tool that you could have. So we're actually going to go to Hoop Explorer for that, which is, I believe, where they get the data for this anyway. I just think they display it in a little bit better way. So I just want to see the 2025 stats here. So this is Mara, right? Most of it happening at the rim or doing some post hooks here. Not really doing much else. Very high percentage at the rim. 82% is pretty nuts. The 48 and 43% here, not that great, but again, I don't expect this guy to be having to do a ton of offense outside of run, jump, and dunk, putbacks, things like that, right? That's probably what we're asking him to do at the NBA level. I don't think we're going to too many post-ups for him. That's not necessarily what I expect. But yeah, he's a big man. A lot of what we're looking for in this one is defense, so it's a little bit easier to kind of understand the play style of this player. So I don't think I need to spend too much more time talking about it. We're really just looking for like, hey, how are those defensive instincts, right? Do we think he's going to be agile enough to be like a competent offensive player right now? Because that's going to be a bit more of a question, right? But with that being said, I say we go jump into the film. Time to break down some film. So as always, we're going to be watching some film from towards the beginning of the season, a little bit more in the middle, and then more recent game. That's just the way that I like to break down film when I'm actually doing this stuff professionally, because it kind of gives me a sense of if people are kind of changing how they do stuff throughout the year, and then I go fill in all the gaps. A reminder again, this is just an intro to these players. Please don't make this the only video you watch on these guys. Go watch other creators. indicators. Go read other analyses, right? Fill in the gaps. I'm going to do a bunch more homework after this. My opinions could change on them as well. I just hope you guys keep that in mind. But we'll have some fun with this. Also, YouTube's going to demonetize this video 100%, so please show it some love and support anyway. Help grow the channel. YouTube, I should be protected under fair use. My legal defense is in the description below. I'm not using this for passing it off as my own content. It's educational. Let's watch a 7-3 Spanish guy do his thing right off the bat. Nobody's guarding him. Good shit. This game against Wake Forest right here earlier in the season. Good job, Wake Forest. Yes, this is where we want you, big fella. This is where we want you. And still, oh, Jesus. Okay. Okay, not quite sure what happened there. I don't know why this wasn't just like an alley-oop right away, but, you know, fair enough. We tried to... He almost threw that bitch in. Look at this. He almost threw that bitch in the hoop. Good lord. And he missed it anyway. Ah, big 7-3, guys. What are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Important to note, don't expect every 7-foot dude to move like Victor Wembanyama, right? Please don't expect it. He's gonna be much closer to Rudy Gobert than he is Wemby, just because that's the value of Wemby. I hope that's clear, right? So, all right, we're taking a look right now, and look... having watched the national championship last night, right? Let me give you my quick national championship recap, right? UConn versus Michigan right here. I think that game was the personification of fundamentals are important, because UConn runs a way better system than Michigan. Most college basketball teams have shitty systems in my mind. It's just the game doesn't evolve very much in college. It's looked the same since like the 90s or 80s for the most part, right? Now, are some teams getting better? Yes. What Michigan did a lot better was all the fundamentals of basketball. They had at least one guy on the team that could dribble. UConn did not have that, unfortunately. Making sure that they didn't get in certain foul troubles. Rebounding, right? Defensive closeouts. Like, all those things matter a ton in basketball. Just as free throws, that's another thing. So keep that in mind. But I'm saying all this because I'm watching Michigan run what looks like a nonsense pick and roll right now. But, yeah, shout out Cadeau or whatever here who got MVP. This pass will never work in the NBA. I shouldn't ever say never, but more often than not, it won't. You can't typically do post entries from top of the key down under. NBA guys will steal that shit. They absolutely will. College players, a little bit dumber. You can get away with this a little bit more. Why you're letting this happen? I don't exactly know. Just be prepared to send two. If you don't have a counter to it, he just goes up, keeps the ball high. Big men, one of the best things you can do is keep the ball high, right? Notice how he doesn't bring the ball down. That's where the little people are. Keep the ball up. It's one of the best things that you can do, right, as a big man. My background in player development, you'd be surprised how many big men didn't really comprehend that always. And I'm like, how did you get to this level and not, like, understand this? But, you know, it is what it is. All righty, here we go. We're seeing some of the post-up stuff now. Like, that's kind of his move right there. It's like, okay, I'm going to give you like one or two dribbles right here, and then I'm going to spin back over the other shoulder and put it up and in. Left that bitch short, got a foul there. All right, don't really care about the free throws too much. We know he's not really making them. So here we go. Let's see. Shout out Yaxel Lendeborg, a guy that we've already done a video on. Go check that one out if you haven't already. Yes, we'll probably end up doing a Morris Johnson one as well. Here we go. This is what I don't love right here. This is some of the soft big man stuff we see sometimes. Good pass by Lendeborg. He's already like, all right, this is easy. But big men, like we see this, we saw this with Zach Edey a lot when he was in college. Another just like big ass motherfucker, right? And Edey was a lot heavier. But I hate when big men are like falling away from the hoop like this. You're tall, that's your advantage. Like, go straight up and down. You shouldn't be falling away on these shots. Like, really just go straight up. It's one, harder for people to block you that way. You're not going to miss as many of them. If you're falling away, that's a win for the defense. Here we go. Here we go. What are we doing? Throw it up. Okay, keep the ball high. Good shit. That's goaltending. Good stuff, white fella, though. Good stuff, white fella. Way to get up there and show that you got some bunnies. He said, white men can jump. Oh boy. Alrighty, not really sure what's going on in this possession right here right away, but already I can tell this is probably going to be a lob. So let's see. Why was it not a lob? Okay, fair enough. I don't know how you didn't see him coming there, but you know, is what it is. They just decided not really to guard him. He's like, I'm 7'3". All right, let's go. Shout out to Cheddar here. I'm very familiar with his game. That's a personal story, though. All right, here we go. Just big men doing big men things. Roll the correct direction, please. Coach, I'm with you right here. Watch this. Watch this. I'm with Coach. Tarnation! Damn it! Damn it! Come on! All right, when we set picks, big men, please roll the right way. You cannot see the basketball right now. When you set a screen, open up this way so you can see the ball the whole time. You don't have to do all these like little twirls to make it happen. It worked anyway because they just didn't guard anybody. So fair enough. Way to try to block him again though. Here we go. There's Johnson putting it up. Oh my goodness. Oh, look what I found. Dunk. As you can tell, the offensive game is pretty simple, right? You're not really drafting this guy to be an offensive force. He's tall. That's going to be his advantage. He's tall and he's not uncoordinated. That's going to most likely be his offensive game, right? You're not drafting everybody to be an offensive presence. We're drafting him to block shots, move his feet, get some boards, right? That's what we're looking for. So we will be watching defensive clips in this as well. I promise. I know that my viewer retention goes down whenever I watch defense because y'all ain't true basketball sickos. I'm looking at you, Peter, you fuck. I don't know who Peter is, but you fuck Peter. There's someone named Peter right now that's like listening to me driving to work or something, which you shouldn't be driving and listening to me, Peter. That's fucked up. But he's like, whoa, what is going on? Like it is a Thursday. I'm trying to make it through the week. But anyway, it just is what it is. All right, dunk again. Yay, I'm tall. Box him out. UConn, that was your problem last night. Box a motherfucker out, please. All right, here we go. Step through. Trick that bitch. He knew it too. He knew it too. Let's see. All right. Back in the post-up situation, college basketball, and they got another guy right under the hoop, and they're not going to help at all. For whatever reason, we don't know. All right, so I'm going to back down. That's a win of a defensive possession right there. Why? Because you pushed him out more so towards the middle of the key right here. That is what you want to do defensively. By the way, you can use an arm bar. Like you can use an arm bar in college, so you can feel free to do that. But now you're all the way out here, and you're kind of fading away with this. Like that's bullshit, man. Like you got to be bigger. Got to be bigger. And I'm not here to just like clown on the dude, right? So like these are just things that we tell him and like say, gotta get better at that, right? Zach Edey's got the same problem still. So something to keep in mind. All the Grizzlies fans can be like, EBC, don't talk about Zach Edey like that. He's our future because we don't have anything else right now. Shut the fuck up, Grizzlies fans. Nobody gives a shit about you in your dirty city. He rolled the right way this time. He rolled the right way. That's right. I'm on team Anthony Edwards. Memphis, a dirty ass city. It's right up there with like, it's not like Orlando. Orlando's dusty. Orlando catching strays right now. I've said it before in the channel. I think Orlando a dusty ass city. Here we go. Here we go. Throw it up. Hey, see, like that's all I need to see. Right there, he sets the screen, rolls the right way. Look at this. This is good timing. He's big as fuck. He moves easily enough. It's all we need. It's all we need. Let's go. Let's go. Throw it up. Oh my goodness Lord. Again, he's gonna be closer to a Rudy Gobert than a Victor Wembanyama, right? But overall, is what it is. Do we have horns right here? We got some horns action. Again, that like good example of the passing, right? We're in the passing and turnover section here. Good example of like him having good vision, which I do believe he has. And at 7'3", that's pretty nice because you can just throw it over people, right? This high-low action, probably not going to happen a ton in the NBA, but it's nice to know that he's like looking and thinking the game, right? Let's see how many of these are like true assists, right? Okay, I catch ball right here. Oh my goodness. That's not really his turnover. That's fucked up. That was a bad pass. All right, this is actually, he almost did it correctly. Watch this. So we've got a screen. They're icing right now, right? Meaning they're kind of trapping the ball handler coming around, which first of all, ball handler, watch. Wait. So if we're going to set screens, let's at least try to go around screen, right? Let's at least try to go around. And he's somewhat doing the right thing right here. He's watching the ball still. He sees he gets trapped. Stop right there. Short roll opportunity. Why is that important, right? Because this happens all the time in the NBA. If you're playing with like a Luka, right, or a Shea, or somebody that you just kind of need to ice coming off the screens, a Curry, like this is where Curry and Draymond made all their money, right? When the ice happens, because they're trying to take away this player, you got to stay right in the short roll so that we can either hit you with like a pump fake, like pass through or something like that. You turn around, you're playing uno, dos, tres, cuatro, because he's Spanish. On uno, dos, tres, cuatro, es más than tres. I used to be pretty fluent in Spanish. It's been about 8 years. You boys kind of ruined it. So now you're playing 4-on-3. Right? You're playing 4-on-3. You got a good passer. The boy Cadeau here can easily just cut through, get a nice little passer, maybe get a dunk. Maybe they sink too much. You're able to kick it out to somebody else here. That's the proper play, but he goes too deep. And it works anyway because they're dumb. I don't know what they're doing. And he's like, okay, I will pass it to this guy. Jesus Christ, that just didn't... How did y'all fuck this up? Like I said... My goodness, that should have been a shot. right there. That's a shot right there. And he's like, fuck it. I'm going to take it where everybody is right now. I'm going to take it where everybody is. All right. Oh, Jesus, how did that possession get fucked up? Screen, roll the right way. Thank you. All right, what do we got? What do we got? Ooh, good pocket pass. Dropped the ball. I don't actually love the pocket pass, but I'm surprised it made it through. Don't throw bounce passes to people that are like 7-3 and pick and roll opportunities if you can help it. Like, they have to go down to get that shit then and come back up. That's hard for them. Like, it'd be nice if you could, put a little more bounce on it so it kind of lands more so towards the chest, but that's a hard pass to make. I'm just not sure I do that. So again, I'm kind of putting that more so on the guard. Here we go. Here we go. Taking bad shots. Let's go. Give me this. Let's go. Great outlet pass. This is something we've seen him do a little bit. Hey, Lindeborg. Hey, good shit. We've seen him do some of the Kevin Love type outlet passes. That's great. When you get rebounds, watch. The first thing you should do, because Lindeborg's leaking. He's leaking and he's looking. He's a wide receiver streaking down the right side of the field. Look down to the rim and work your way back. If there's an advantage somewhere like you see here, effortless pass. That's going to get you easy, just transition 2 points right here. Like, don't let them set up their defense or anything. This is awesome. Always work to try to move the ball down the court as quick as possible. That's my advice. Good move right there. That's more of a system assist than him assist, but still, like, he sees it, which is good. Okay, here we go. Let me get this board one more time. Another good outlet pass. Great thing again. Let's go. Hey! Oh, the weak-ass layup attempt, but it's all good. All right, here we go. Pick and roll. Let's go. Keep ball high. Good extra pass. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. Johnson doing the right thing. Why did he cut right here, boys and girls? Why did he cut? And by the way, we're working our way towards 10K subscribers right now. 0.1% of the chances, 0.1% of the channel are females. Please find a woman in your life and tell them to subscribe. So boys and girl, whoever you are, why are we cutting right here, right? Pick and roll right here, probably not happening much. But we get the pass here. We keep the ball high. We cut because we saw the back of our defender's head. We drop it off right here. Easy bucket. Good stuff. That's good playmaking right there by Mara. All right, I'm tall. I get the... Ooh, pass fake. Oh, damn, lost the basketball. He really tried to hit him, though. Watch. Boom. Oh, got his dumb ass. Got his stupid ass. They stole the ball anyway, though. Here we go. Another outlet pass. Very cool. Oh, Lord have mercy. A murder. Give me this basketball. Low-key a travel. Good pass. See, he's looking. I appreciate that you're taking a second. Probably don't do that in the paint for me at the NBA level. That's going to be a problem for you. They will steal that shit. But again, I appreciate that he is looking. Like, the vision's there. Okay, Iverson action right here. This is what Allen Iverson used to just run all the time, where they usually have some guy starting off in the corner here, some guy in the opposite wing. He's kind of going to go over two screens. He has the option to get the ball here. If there is an advantage, it doesn't look like it, so he's going to swerve right down here. He's looking for an alley-oop. We also have this guy butt naked in the corner. How did that happen? I don't exactly know. Let's see what happened, but this guy normally starts over here, and he's kind of just trying to get this defender moving. They've obviously seen this play, so they're trying to cheat it. Why he's trying to cheat it when there's already a guy cheating right here? I don't know. We got cheaters on cheaters. Call this show Catfish. All right, here we go. That shouldn't work. Oh, it shouldn't work. Y'all were there, but phenomenal pass. Great dunk by Lindeborg, man. Great pass by Lindeborg. All right, here we go. We see it. Oh, we got two guys cutting. God damn it, college basketball. God damn it. Here we go. So great cut here by 11. We really don't need him cutting towards the rim, Johnson, but he lives by the rim. It is what it is. All right, Lindeborg, let it fly. Oh, damn. Good shot otherwise. Good pass. Here we go. Let's get this post up. They're sending the double right here. It looks like he's trying to cut this off. Oh, Lord. Probably should have waited just another second to get him out there, right? 2020, ultimately. Or hindsight is 2020, but is what it is. These are fun. These are fun to watch. I like this. Give me this. Can I see another outlet pass? Oh, okay. Those are just rebounds. Let's watch some of the defense now. That's what we're here for. We're only going to watch one game's worth of defense, right? Because, again, I got to balance the retention of these videos. But this right here, this is what we're going to see a lot of at the NBA level. Drop coverage. What is drop coverage, boys and girls? A pick and roll has just happened. 25's not going to roll the right direction, because why would you? Who's going to teach it anyway? Got a guy going over the top. We are playing drop right now, meaning we're okay if they want to take this little mid-range shot right here. That's perfectly fine. That's what we want them to take in this possession right here. We just don't want this guy shooting a three. That's why our guard went over the top right here. Your job as the big man is to make sure that you stay below or parallel to the roll man, because if they get behind you, that's an alley-oop at the NBA level. It just is. That floater right there, why did he try to block it? Oh, damn it. I was just going to praise for how well you played that, right? But I don't know what the fuck that was. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough. All right, we're here, we're here, we're here. A little bit of perimeter. Oh, block the three. Not many three-point shots get blocked, but there you go. We'll take it. We will take it. All right, good help right here. Good way to stay on your feet. Don't jump. You don't need to jump. You're 7'3". Great, 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 great. Good stuff. Grab that rebound. I wish you would have gone in to grab that a little bit harder. Watch this, watch this. Watch how he went to grab this. Go up and grab that shit. My coach in college always used to get so happy because I was one of those motherfuckers that go up and for rebounds, I'd like slam it or whatever because I used to watch like Carlos Boozer do that all the time. And I was a Bulls fan growing up, so I used to love that shit. And sometimes I'd say the mellow, like, fuck out of here, I got it. And one of my coaches used to love that. He was just a big energy guy or whatever. So I liked it. I liked it. Here we go. Here we go. What's going to happen? What's going to happen? Don't try him. Don't try him. Don't try him. Way to stay on your feet. Oh, he got it up and through you, though. I appreciate that you stayed on your feet. Here we go. Here we go. We're staying in drop. Staying in drop right here. That's perfect. Perfect defense. Way to get your hands up. This is great. This is great. Okay, that's just fair. That's just fair. He's bigger and taller, so what are you going to do? All right, here we go. Here we go. We're playing in the right position. We can see both right now. This is perfect. Maybe it could be a step lower. I could see you being a step lower right here. Watch. Like, I want you to be able to see both without having to turn your head very much. So he can see both. He's the help defender right now, right? So this guy's going to go. He's able to recover. Why the fuck would you even try that? I don't understand. Like, perfect defense, though. Perfect defense. Are you going to try again? He's going to try again. What are you doing, 2-5? What are you doing? Okay. Here we go. Let's see a little bit more defense. Hands up, hands up. What's the point of being 7'3" if you're not going to have your hands up, right? All right, let's watch him. Let's watch him. He's getting too low. Getting too low. They might try to throw it up. What did I tell you? Ah! That's what they teach you for these guards, right? If they get a step below, it's a lob. It's a lob, and it's going to now you got nuts in your face. You got nuts in your Spanish face. God damn it. Hey, look at this. This is what happens to you if you don't play it the right way, boys and girls. You get nuts in your face, and nobody wants that. Maybe some do, but that's not what we're here to talk about in this video. I really don't want to hear about. Don't leave it in the comments either. Like, we're all for boosting the algorithm, but at what cost? At what cost? All right, here we go. Cool, I don't really care. I don't really care. Let's see. All right, we're out here guarding. Good, 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 good. Keep them here. Keep them here. All right, this is the tough situation, right? Because nobody's there to help. You're going to have to just contest. Oh, somebody else blocked it for you. That works. That works. I see both. I see both. He's pointing. I see both. This is good. 5-star defense. That's just the term for it right here. I kind of want you more so like here-ish, so you can maybe get a hand in the passing lane, but you're big. I don't want you going too far outside. All right, now we're seeing both, right? We're watching the roll right here. Good switch by Michigan. This is great. This is great. Good. Don't jump. We don't need you jumping. Too many young big men. They're just jumping at you because they want to block. Just keep your hands up. Just keep your hands up sometimes. That's enough to deter a lot of people, especially if you're 7'3", right? And you got a 7'7" wingspan. Just be tall. 13 did not try to box him out at all. Watch this shit right here. He's like, oh boy, this shot's going up. Let me just get behind him right here. He's like, maybe I'll take him from behind and that'll stop him. Good fucking try. Good try. Good try. Okay, let's let it fly. Let me get another rebound. Yeah, good board. Alrighty, let's see another one right here. Pick and roll. Pick and roll. We're in the drop coverage again. This guy, he's going to play drop, right? We're not having this guy guarding perimeter guys. Like, he's doing a nice job on some of these closeouts, but not against NBA dudes. We're not having him do that. He's not coordinated enough. It's going to happen sometimes, and teams will try to make him do that. Don't get it twisted. They will hunt you for that, but they're just going to play drop with this guy, which is what you should do, right? It's what you should do. All right, here we go. Here we go. See, nobody wants to take a shot at the rim because he's right there. Like, those are just opportunities that because he's in the vicinity, they're not going to take. Because we're not here to debate whether or not this guy's a good shot blocker. He just is, right? I mean, just take a look at some of the numbers here. Where's the block percentage? 12% of the time. We've got a 12.2 block percentage right here. That's 90th percentile of, like, all people his position throughout, like, college basketball, like in, like, history or whatever. So motherfucker's gonna block some shots, right? He's big as shit, and he's decently coordinated. Like, look at how high he got on this one. Like, this isn't a block, so it's not necessarily contributing to the block, but this guy was like, oh no, a big old conquistadors right here. I gotta get the ball over him somehow, and he has to take a worse shot. So, is what it is. Is what it is. Okay, we're here. More drop coverage, more drop coverage. Cool. Again, they're not going to take that shot. And again, they're forced to take a bad look. Oh, they called a foul on him for that one. Why was there a foul? Did he drop the arms? Yeah, you drop the arms. Just keep it straight up. Just keep it straight up. Or you go to where they know they're going to have to go with the basketball, which is where? The glass. The glass. So that's on him. That's on him. All things we can work on. Cool. Pass in here. Okay, they're just taking kind of booty shots. Is what it is. Go get that board for me, please. Let's see, maybe one more. Let's see, one more drop coverage, and then we'll go back to the offense, right? Then we'll go back to offense. Here we go. Again, they're just having to take floaters from a little bit further out because they're nervous about him. All right, that's enough defense. Can't hurt the viewer retention. Let's watch his 24-point game highlight against Ohio State. Let's see it. The yellow and red jerseys are preposterous right here. The true mustard and ketchup matchup here. Good pass to Johnson, who just lives around the rim. That dude, Morris Johnson was low-key one of the reasons why they won last night, just because nobody boxed him out the entire night, and he's like, okay, this is literally all I do is just crash and get boards, right? That's kind of my whole game. All right, 2-3 zone. They're getting to the middle. Why they're not swarming him, I don't know. That's why Ohio State maybe isn't quite as good. Let's take a step in, throw the alley-oop. That was really easy. Good stuff. We're just attacking. Hey, I'm taller and bigger than you again. Good stuff. That's going to be what a lot of his buckets are, right? With guys this big, don't get it twisted. This is going to like inflate a lot of offensive numbers because they're asked to do a relatively simple thing. He's probably going to be a guy that's not guarded much in his rookie season because that's just how it goes, right? It's just how it goes. So don't get it twisted. If he goes to the NBA and he shoots like 80% from the field, something crazy, that'd be nuts. But if he has some crazy percentage there and you're like, oh my God, what a good offensive player. And it's like, well, it's pretty easy what he has to do, right? And that's not to take anything away from him. It's just good to have that concept. Here we go. Block that shot. Good stuff. He ran right into you and you blocked him. Here we go. All right, we got a little white guy on us. Let's see it. Little white guy. Bend your legs. Get low. Utilize like mass and gravity. Why are you standing like straight up like this? So goofy looking. Learn how to use your mass, kids. Learn how to use your mass. Good pass, Cheddar. Here we go. Let it fly, Cheddar. Good stuff. I'm always rooting for that kid. Always rooting for that kid. Here we go. You rolled the right way. Don't hit a three-pointer right here. We get to evaluate the shot form. AVC specialty was always shooting. We get to evaluate it. Right off the bat, ball's coming from the wrong side of the body. Ball should be coming from the right side of the body. So let's watch this. Him and Lindeborg. Two-man game. Pop. Here we go. Ball should be starting from the right pocket. He brought it from the left pocket. Feet look great. They're pretty evenly spaced. Looks pretty strong for the most part. 45 degrees opposite of the shooting arm. That's great. Lets it fly. It's a two-part flat jumper, but it went in. I love it. Obviously, all of these are going to go in because they're highlights, but let's see it. Yeah, ball, his hand is kind of on the side of the ball, too. Watch this. It's actually kind of cool to see this angle of it. Watch. See how the ball's kind of on the side here? I'd rather it be under. And that's because he brought the ball from this pocket, right? You can't really be under from over here, right? So that's going to add a lot more variance in your shot if you're kind of having to pull it around like this. It's just it's not necessarily gonna work. So something to note. Again, we're not really drafting him to be a shooter. If he can at some point, great. Don't hit another one. Bang. Yup. You better put a hand up. Oh man, I'm dead. All right, post up time. Let's go. See, not quite really moving people either. Not necessarily his strong suit, but we see Lindeborg cutting. Good pass. Hey, getting some more Lindeborg highlights, man. Obviously, he ended up pretty high on our big board right here so far. So cool to see a few more highlights of him. Yeah. Good stuff. Good pass. We love big men that can see things. Good stuff. Hey, we're trying to make something happen. We're not really making something happen. Good closeout. Watch this. Watch. Again, it's one thing doing it against Ohio State, and it's another thing doing it against even the Sacramento Kings. I promise you it is. Good closeout. You stayed on your feet. You shuffled the right direction. Ooh, block. Give me those. Good stuff. Way to move your feet, big man. Way to move your feet. Let's go. We're trying to back him down. Again, that's not... I'd love for you to get a lot closer than that. I don't love that shot. It is what it is. Great. Ooh, interesting pass decision right there. I honestly think you could have just floated that one up and in. You're in the paint already. Just use your left hand and put it in. It's all good. Let's go. Throw it up. Hey! That's where we're going to live at the NBA level. They helped over right here. Throw it up. Bang! He's 7'3". This is going to be really easy for him to do that. He's just coordinated enough to go up and get it. That's valuable. Here we go, here we go, here we go. Throw it over. I'm really tall, I promise. Yay. I'm kind of minimizing like his offensive game, but it's basic, right? It is what it is. All right, here we go. College basketball. We've got guys standing right here, yet we're not going to help on the 7-3 dude. Like, because why would I? I could guard both guys at the same time, but no, I'm just going to guard one and not watch it all. Nice little baby hook. Nice little baby hook. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Pass the ball. By the way, one thing I have noticed about him, his little flip passes that he does from all the way out here look so gross. Like, it just looks so weird. Does it ultimately matter that much? No. For me as someone that like watches a lot of film, like I feel like I would tell my players about this and I'd be like, hey, he holds this flip pass for a long time. Here's a water cooler moment for you guys, so that you can sound cool at the water cooler when your team drafts this guy. You gotta be like, hey, you gotta watch out for some of his pass right here. He kind of like holds it for a while and then really like shuffles it there. Like, I'm getting steals from that at the NBA level. I promise you, I'm watching that and I'm getting a steal. So this right here, this is growth. Look at this. So an icing happened right here. This boy got iced, and he did the right thing. He rolled the correct direction and stayed here, stayed firm. This is looking like it's going to be a dunk. We're going in. Oh, just finished with the left instead, but he got to play 4-on-3 basketball. Look, 4-on-3, and we're just able to take it in nice and easy because he didn't get a ton of help. Oh, what happened to him? What happened? Did this guy Bynum hurt him? Did he hurt him? Oh my God, good Lord. And then delayed reaction. Ah, Lord. Here we go, here we go. Good cut. Saw the back of your defender's head. Yay! Let's get up, let's get up. All right. One more here. This is the Final Four game against Arizona. Probably his best offensive game against another potential first-round pick big man in Krivas. Right here. All right. Yay. Good laid up. Why are closed captionings on? Turn those off. And yes, 720 is the best we're going to get on this, despite it being 2026. This is posted by March Madness as well. I can't, man. I can't. I know they'll be the ones to demonetize the video, too. I know they will be, is what it is. Here we go. So a lot of strong bigs on the Arizona team. Here we go. Here we go. Cut in. Hey, I'm really tall. Good stuff. Good stuff. That's what my reaction to this stuff is going to be more often than not. Here we go. Lendeboard, ugly ass jumper with that one. Ew. Ew, ew, ew. Good drop pass right there. I don't know why you didn't dunk it, but fair enough. Maybe not as confident with the left hand. Something to note here. Maybe not as confident with the left hand. Things we can work on. Screen. Didn't roll the correct way, but Krivas doing a good job of trying to keep him in front. Notice how he really like used his arm to make sure he didn't get lower, because he's going to be doing a lot of drop coverage as well, right? NBA level. He's even putting his hand out to make sure that he can't get lower than him and allow that alley-oop. But instead, something like that's going to happen. The ball ended up here. Throw it up and in. Look what I found type shit. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's do a little handoff here. We're rolling. We're rolling. Good stuff. And one. Yeah, and one. Ooh, yep, he said and one. Watch this. Watch this. Ready? Ready? A little bit more Iverson right here. Oh, but it's a different split this time. Interesting. And they're going more so into a pick and roll into Spain. Oh, see, this is what we call family offense right here, is what I call it, where you can start sets in a lot of same ways. You got Iverson into split Spain right here. So the split happens right there. The pick and roll's going on. We're spaced now. This guy's supposed to float all the way to the corner. Now we've got pick and roll into Spain action, right? He's throwing that bitch up because the screen happened there. Go up and get it. Good coordination, big fella. Good coordination. We love that. Good stuff, Michigan. A little bit of family offense. Like, the family offense keeps people on their toes, right? You can start plays the same way, but they go somewhere different. When I coached for what was the #1 offense, Division 1 through 3, I was an assistant with this team. I did not design the offense, but we put a lot of time and effort into that offense. We ran family offense. We had 5 families of plays, and then we had like 5 different like splits that you could kind of run out of it, or 5 different like actions that you could run out of any of the 5 families. So we'd be able to say like this is not actually what it's called, but we could call like fist 3 or something like that, right? And that meant, okay, third action out of fist family, right? And so we start off in the fist set, and then we're running the third action. That the third action applies to each of the families, right? So one, it's really easy for guys to learn a lot of plays that way, and it keeps things disguised, right? And then we worked on all of those reads. That's mostly what we did in practice. We worked on the reads, and then we worked on scrimmaging. That's really what we did in practice. A lot of the skill stuff happened in more like individual workouts. Koa, give me that fucking shit, dude. What are you doing? Why would you do that? Koa always taking these kind of shots. Boy, if you'll give me that stupid shit, blocked it with his left hand, right? Because why? He put it up with the right. You have a much better chance of blocking with your left hand when they shoot with the right. Look, give me that stupid shit, dummy. Michigan blocked so many shots so hard last night. It was insane. Some of those shots were so mean. All right, here we go. Here we go. Let's see. We're trying to make it happen. Good off-ball movement. Oh, my goodness. Dunk again. Yup. Yeah, swing around a little bit. Swing around. You deserve it. I don't care if you rolled the wrong way. You're big. Swing around. Ah, Tarzan. Let's go. Ah. Oh, I love it, man. I love a little bit of tude. I love a little bit of tude. Let's crash. Let's crash. Oh, just good assist. Good assist. We're beating the fuck out of them. We're beating their ass. We're beating their ass. Let's go. Let's go. Hand on basketball. Koa's going to try to just go in and bully him again. Boy, if you don't give me that shit, I thought we'd been over this. I thought we've been over this. He's like, okay, I'm going to take my time. Boy, what the fuck? Oh, I'm so dead, man. I'm dead. All right. Well, how much more of this do we really need to see? It's the same shit. Oh, boom! That's a good place to finish. Swing around a little bit more, why don't you? Ah, yeah. Kick your feet around. Yup. Kick his dumb ass in the face, too. Why not? Why not? It's all love for Koa. It's all love for Koa. But, hey! If you don't, boom! If you don't take my ass to your face. Okay, that's a good place to call it, man. That's Aday. Aday? I think it's Aday Mara. All right, final thoughts on Mara. It's pretty self-explanatory, right? He's coordinated enough to be a role man. He's got some passing vision that we're showing early on. He's got good fundamentals defensively, and he's tall, so he's going to be able to block some shots. It feels like a pretty easy guy to throw into your rotation day one. I wouldn't expect him to be super effective necessarily, right? Because just because you're doing something in college doesn't mean you're going to be able to do it in the NBA. Everybody's a lot better. There's a lot more space to cover. Actions are more complex, right? NBA players are just smarter, but you're 7'3", right? And you're going to be able to do stuff because you're that size and you got a decent amount of weight on you, right? It'd be nice if it was a little bit more, but maybe we can try to work on that a little bit. He doesn't look like a guy that's going to get super bulky, but is what it is. So overall, I like the player, right? I think it'll translate good enough here. I'm not sure I see like superstar NBA player or anything like that, or even like starter level good, but I can see a rotation guy. And I don't want to put a cap on anybody, right? I'm just trying to set expectations for I'm kind of seeing guys, and I'll do a lot more homework on these guys and change my opinion. So big board, as always, the big board works as a list of the order at which I would want to develop people if I had a blank roster, right? Because I'm going to turn one of these in and about a month or two, I'm guessing, to the team that I work for. All the scouts do it, where we're just like, hey, this is a list of the players that we would want to develop in what order, and then you work on building team-specific ones. And I promise you I'll share my real big board with you guys before the draft, because I'm actually allowed to share those, because it doesn't really matter, because it's just my opinions on things. But where am I going to put him, right? Where am I going to put him? I've got a lot of these guys above him. The first person I'm questioning is Jaden Quaintance, right? When I look at Quaintance, I go, okay, it's hard to tell because there's not a lot of film on him. I know what Mara's going to be able to do, and the size is just is hard to find. There's not many 7'3" guys out there that can move solid enough. So I don't know. I like the potential of Lopez a little bit more to be like maybe a starter level player, more of a Swiss Army knife type of guy. So I think what I'm going to do is I think he's going to slide in right here at 12 for the time being. I think I'll take him over Quaintance. I just got to see more of him right now, so it's a little bit easier for me to picture Mar. And again, the size I think is valuable. The passing vision's really, really cool. So yeah, I think I'll put him above some of these other guys here. But again, my opinion will change on some of these guys. The rankings will change by the time you guys see the actual thing. But yeah, no, that's Aday Mara right here. We got two Michigan guys on the board. Probably got another Michigan game to do. But yeah, just a reminder, we're probably going to end up with like maybe 35-ish guys on this board by the end of this series, because we want to do like all the first round kind of level guys or whatever. We got some time before the draft still, so we'll have plenty of videos on these guys. Still got some guys that could go lottery or whatever as well. We need to do videos on them. But anyway, I appreciate you guys as always for watching. Let me know who we should do a video on next, and let's move on to the comments of the video. Alrighty, y'all. Comment to the video is coming from our Cameron Carr Does He Fit in the NBA Series video that a lot of you guys had been requesting, and I delivered it to you. And the comments of the videos are going to come from SGT Brown one that just said, just got off work, seen what I've been looking for finally. Somebody that's been waiting for a Cam Carr video. I was more than happy to provide that. There was a lot of interesting conversations here about Carr and kind of how he fits into things. A lot of different comparisons for him. So I definitely encourage you guys to go participate in those conversations. But anyway, if you want to have more great basketball conversations, join the Discord. Link is in the description down below. Ton of fun stuff happening there all the time. Great community. I'm there interacting with you guys. It's completely free. Having a good time there. But anyway, let's keep pushing towards 10K subscribers. Let's try to do it before the NBA offseason like really gets going. The channel's been growing a bunch recently, and find a woman in your life and tell them to subscribe, because we only have like 0.1% of the community is that, and I want to be more inclusive. But anyway, I appreciate you guys, and we'll talk to you later. Let's finish off the week strong. Thanks so much. Bye.